Tony, it is so good that you are here tonight, and I'm so excited for you and to talk about just what God's done in your life. And so tell me about your experience about that one time almost having that abortion. Tell me what that was like.
Well, it was in 1984. I had 3 kids, and this would have been my 4th one. And I was just so overwhelmed that I went to Planned Parenthood, and they sent me to an abortion clinic. And when I got there, it was protesters outside. It was pro-life and then Christian protesters. And one of the Christian ones got through and gave me a card, and I went in. When I got in, there was no really feelings. I couldn't tell you the real feelings I had when I first went in. But as I got in and I got to the back, I began to feel like I was going to be executed, like you walk into death row. And as I unrolled, I began to start feeling all these emotions, and I began to feel like as I looked in the room, I was in a morgue. It was cold.
So you felt like you were walking into death row, like into a morgue.
Yes.
Wow.
And it was cold, and it was isolated, and I was by myself, and I just couldn't. I just felt like crying. I just felt like I was going to a funeral. And before the doctors came back in, I just had this impulse to get up and run, but I told them that I changed my mind.
Do you think that, what happened when you changed your mind?
Well, they began to tell me I couldn't afford it, and that this would be the best choice.
All those logical reasons.
And this was my 4th baby.
Right.
I just put my hands over my ears and started crying and started I wanted to get my things and leave, and they were still behind me, just giving me the negative stuff.
And you said somebody gave you a card outside of the abortion clinic.
Yes, one of the Christian protesters.
Well, what did you think when they gave you the card? Were you like just in a daze? Did you feel like emotion about it? What did you think?
At that time, I couldn't feel anything.
You were numb.
I was going to it was like I was terminating part of me.
Right, and you went numb because that's the way that we as women emotionally take care of things. We just numb, and so we become numb to the world, numb to our emotions because we have to get through it. Yeah.
But I kept that card because I don't know why it seemed like I just felt like it was an angel there or something. That actually, as everything is starting to come back, it just felt like an angel was there.
Yeah.
So I just kept that card, and as I got undressed, I just kept that card. And
so what happened? Did you end up leaving?
I ended up leaving.
You left the abortion clinic.
I left the abortion
How
clinic.
far into it were you? Like robe?
I was into the gown they gave me, and I was up on the table, and I was seeing this. As I was looking at everything, it was this big thing that looked like a vacuum cleaner, and these tubes and this stirrup, and it was all white, and it smelled like death to me. It just smelled like death.
And you were scared.
There was no life.
You're like, I'm getting out of here.
I was all by myself, and I was 24 years old. So
wow. What an experience. That is amazing. And you just had the gut to get up and get out of there.
Yes.
And obviously something must have propelled you other than yourself to get up off that table and get the heck out of Dodge. Yes.
And I thank God for that, because my son now is...
How old is your son?
He's 23.
He's the one that would have been aborted.
Yes.
Praise God.
23. So I thank God for him, and I thank God through him. I got a grandson that we love, and he's a blessing to us.
So you not only have a son, but now you have another inheritance. So there's 2 inheritances.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So didn't somebody want your son and your grandson dead?
Yes.
Well, praise God.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.